Uber is piloting a new option for its US app that will allow female passengers to request women drivers, coming after the company has long grappled with preventing blank assault on its platform. The feature, called Women Preferences, will launch in a pilot stage in Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Detroit in the next few weeks, Uber said in a blog post on Wednesday. It marks the first time the popular rideshare app is bringing this option to its service in the United States after launching it in 40 other countries. Uber joins Lyft and other taxi hailing apps like Her Ride and Just Her Rideshare that connects female passengers with with women drivers. I said female women. Across the U.S., women riders and drivers have told us they want the option to be matched with other women on trips. Camille Irving, vice president of the operations in the U.S. and Canada, said in a press release, women riders in cities where the feature is available will see new option called Women Drivers. They'll also be able to pre-book rides with women drivers and set a preference in the app to be matched with a female driver. The feature works both ways. Women drivers will be able to request female passengers too. With a new rideshare preference option in the settings menu, riders and drivers will still be able to connect more broadly with non-female passengers and drivers if they wish, even if with these preferences set. The company conducted tests and collected feedback from other markets like Germany and France to make sure the feature would work reliably, considering most Uber drivers are men, Irving wrote in Uber's blog post. Blank assault has been a problem for Uber for years. Nearly 6,000 SA reports were made from 2017 to 2018, according to Uber's safety report. That number has dropped significantly to 2,717. By 2022, the report says although 5 passengers sued Uber in 2022 over SA incidents that occurred between August 2021 and February 2022. The California Public Utilities Commission fined Uber $59 million in 2020 for not handing over SA data, but that fine was slashed to 150,000 after the company cut a deal requiring it to provide anonymized data on SA incidents. Uber has launched other features to promote safety in recent years, such as a hub and an app for managing safety preferences. This is one of those stories where, I mean, like, I get what they're trying to do, but so most Uber drivers, as they mentioned in the article, are male, and most males are not trying to do things to women that they're picking up to take to whatever location. And you could argue from the standpoint of a male driver that you are being punished for the acts of a few. Even if it's not a few, this happened, thousands of times across all the different countries. But I guess what I'm getting at is it fair for one group to be able to have the preference, right? Women driver with woman passenger or the other way around. But then the other group, men, have to pick up women drivers or have a female driver if they're the one that's, trying to catch an Uber. So you could make the argument that should that be an option applicable to both sides? And if you were to deny men having the ability to basically say no girls allowed in my car or whatever, people might get offended by that, right? The other part of this is that I don't know. It's like if you're a male driver, you probably look at it as less money for you, and that's what it is. But they're trying to protect women. That's what the stated goal of having female drivers or female passengers is claiming itself to be. Wouldn't a possible alternative to just banning male drivers or riders be to have some kind of surveillance system in these different cars that the Uber driver would have to turn in by the end of the day, and then unedited, and they'd be able to see and determine did this person act in a way that was compliant with our company protocol? Maybe have it to where when someone is working for you, they actually have to be accountable for what they do during those hours because they're recorded. Because a lot of people, when they're not being recorded by their company and they're on work hours, they will do things. Now, I'm not saying something as awful as SA, but certainly will act in a way that could be considered not professional. I mean, I can't remember how many times when I was doing that last customer service job, you're in the car with this guy. He's got his little suit and tie on, getting ready to go out and sell things, and he is swearing like a sailor. So it's that I think that's another alternative that might reach the same goal just without being so direct in terms of, hey, I'm female, I don't want any men to pick me up, or if I'm a woman driver, I don't want any men to be in my car. I don't know. I guess I always thought. So again, the article mentions they had 6,000 of these incidents in 2018. I always felt that it would be harder, like just visual, just from a perspective of just thinking about it, to do something like that to someone if you're in a car versus, like in some dark alley, or like, because of just the idea, if it's a male driver and a female passenger, she can, I would imagine, jump out of the car. Um, I don't know, just I don't know, just it's one of those things where I'm surprised by the number, but I guess it makes sense when you consider just the fact that Uber is in 40 plus countries, right? That it's going to happen, unfortunately, again and again. But yeah, it's one of those things where I guess I see the point of it, but I think there are more constructive and nuanced ways to deal with this than just, well, if my driver has a different genitalia from me, no, no, thank you. I do feel kind of bad for these male drivers, because I've seen it to where Uber drivers will turn down people for how close they are. Right, I want more money, so I'm gonna drive further. Um, so basically, female riders, I should say, are going to possibly make it take 20, 30, 40 minutes to even locate a female driver, and male drivers are going to have less people to possibly pick up, even if they're, in some cases, and this will happen, the only one available in the particular area of some Uber driver. So it's crazy to me, but we'll see. Hopefully these assaults go all the way down, because I don't like hearing these types of stories. It's a shame that they even have to try doing this type of stuff. It's all with good intentions. I just don't know how effective it's going to be.